The RWBY characters is what the goal is as of right now. So pre-patch, let's just do RWBY Weiss, and then we'll do Blake Yang as a team. And then we'll always have, what's it called? We'll always have Ragna Jin as the official things, okay? All right, here we go. So like I said, we have this is post-patch. This is pre-patch. Just keep in mind that this scene right here, we're gonna be using like the default BB tag, brand new BB tag stage as the pre-patch. And this is post-patch. You can also tell by the clocks. Can you see the clocks there? There's pre-patch, here's post-patch. The timer, yeah, the timer, that's what I meant. Okay, so let's take a look at pre-patch, okay? First and foremost, one thing that they changed was JC. Okay, cool. So this is the JC pre-patch, okay? Pretty quick. And let's take a look at it post-patch, all right? Here it is post-patch. You can definitely see the difference between JC pre-patch and also it's a lot slower, and it has a lot more startup, and it travels less of a distance. That's the nerf they gave to JC. Next change for RWBY is her skills change. This is the best one. So her skills now, so this is how she before the patch, she was actually pretty simple. Her combos pretty straightforward. They did pretty decent damage. Her normals were definitely the best part about RWBY. But post patch, this is something completely brand new, is they are making so she can cancel every single skill of hers into Gun Blast. Every single one of them. So anyways, Gun Blast is this. This is her, that's the move, okay? That's Gun Blast. So every single skill of hers, including her fireballs, is now, you can now cancel it on hit only into Gun Blast. Just like that. So you can do stuff like this. So yeah, stuff like that. So she's very reminiscent of the show now. Okay, next change is going to be Gun Blast itself. So here's Gun Blast before the patch, okay? So the changes were that they decreased the damage. Here's the damage. They decreased the damage. They increased additional proration, which means that it scales more. Decreased recovery frames, which means that it's super fast now. And move now consumes a jump count. And a jump count, what a jump count is whenever you jump up in the air, you can double jump in this game, right? So RWBY, before the patch, she can actually jump out of Gun Blast, okay? Post-patch, Gun Blast, you can recover, like, recovery is almost instant. So you can do, like, things, you can just do this. Yeah, it's super, super fast now. And it consumes the jump count. So the thing I was doing before, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't jump anymore because it consumed the jump count. It doesn't let me jump after a Gun Blast. The change to buzzsaw blast is a very small one. So before the patch, whenever you did buzzsaw blast super low to the ground, you were able to get the final hit of buzzsaw blast. This is the final hit of buzzsaw blast, when she like kind of like takes the scythe and just like kind of shoots you. So basically, when you were low to the ground, you could do this. Let me see if I can showcase it off. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Post patch, that change means that you can't do that anymore. So no matter what I do or how low I try to cancel it, she always like does a jump up in the air and does buzzsaw blast like that. So you can't get that anymore. Let's look at Weiss, the Weiss changes, okay? And yes, this is the volume for color, PC modded color for Weiss, okay? So the first change is going to be before the patch, whenever you went into an auto combo with Weiss and you were to do it max range, she would whiff. The second hit of her auto combo would whiff. And this was incredibly frustrating as a Weiss player. Well, they fixed that post-patch. As you can see, when I do it max range, I'm able to hit them. So that has been changed. Bless Lord Mori for finally noticing us. The second change is going to be to JA. Okay, JA, which is this button right here. It's a pretty it's not a visual change. So they basically just made it so she has more active frames, and also made it so she has a hitbox at the root of JA, which basically means at this point right there. So let me actually try and point it out myself here. So right here, like at the roots, like right here or so, she has a hitbox. They added a hitbox there, so it's a lot better. Ice Shard. So Ice Shard was basically her projectile. Here's how it is pre-patch. Okay. And here's how you generated glyphs pre-patch as well. So the buff is that they basically did a lot to this button right here. Okay. Let's take a look at post-patch. Post-patch. So here's how it goes. Ice shards, the projectiles actually come out slower, all right? But you would recover out of it a lot quicker, which means that you can like actually follow up your projectiles, and the projectile will come in. So it's really good for Oki, and it's a lot better for just covering your covering space for you to get in. And also the glyph charge, it's almost immediate. It's so fast. Like it's incredibly fast, so fast that it opens up new routes. For example, whenever you grab, you can now do stuff like this. Okay, you can actually combo, get a glyph out there, and then connect a 5B. I mean, okay, you couldn't do that pre-patch. Let me show you. Anytime I try to do it, like it always whiffs, no matter what. It was too slow. The glyph generation was too slow. Next up is going to be dash strike. A dash strike. This is another non-visual change, which is going to be pretty much the blowback height. What that pretty much means is that the way that they get knocked down whenever you hit them with this move is different. Post patch is actually they're a little bit higher up in the air, so you can't really see it too much, but it's a little bit different. It's not super different, but it's a little bit different. B glyph strike, which is this right here. This is another non-visual change. They just added a bigger hitbox. They enlarged the hitbox. So pretty much means that it's more consistent and you can hit with it better, I guess. Next up is twisting air step. This is a good change. This is a great change. So twisting air step, if you don't know, it's this button right here. It's locked behind, and pre-patch you can actually combo off of it when the opponent's on the ground. Whoops, I actually messed it up there. But when your opponent's on the ground, you can combo off of it, okay? However, if they're in the air and you hit this move when they're in the air, this is the best way I can show it off. You see that they tech out of it immediately. Post-patch, they actually increase the decrease the startup, so it's faster now, and they fixed that problem where if you hit them in the air, you can now they don't tech out anymore. You can actually continue the combo. So let me show you what I mean. So you can do this now. The next change is going to be for piercing air step, and piercing air step is actually faster now. The change that they made to that is faster, and the only way I can showcase this off is to do a grab combo here. So here it is pre-patch. There we go. So if I do that, it doesn't connect, okay, because it's too slow. Post-patch, a second. Yep, I can hit it now because it's faster. So it opens up new combo routes, and it's just a lot quicker now, which is great. Pirouette. Pirouette is dope now, okay? Pirouette is the other move that she has where she like gives, she freaking slashes you. What they did, so here it is pre-patch, just like that. You see how they fly out far away? Let's take a look at it post-patch. They changed the blowback height, or the blowback distance, I'm sorry. And they also increased the frame advantage, which means you can do more things out of it. And they actually made it so it comes closer to you. So let me show you. There we go. So you can combo off of it now, which is incredibly good. Back to pre-patch. We got glyph dash triple strike. All right, this is a great change because here we go. Let's see. So triple dash glyph strike. It was this. What the hell? This right here. It's for EX1. That was the move. That's how it looks like pre-patch. After patch, here's how it looks like. It's a guaranteed wall bounce, and you can combo after it, which makes mid-screen combos a lot better. I'm just really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Bam, wham, wham, wham. There we go. So yeah, that's triple dash strike, which is super, super good. Snowstorm is her EX dive bomb. This right here. That's her. This was ultimately very useless. Let's take a look at it post-patch. Post-patch it has purpose. My God, I don't know what's going on with me. There we go. And you can continue the combo. You can do things out of it. It's actually pretty cool. The next change that we got is with her precision parry. So her precision parry was kind of bad, mostly because it wasn't consistently comboing. after the parry, you were meant to combo. Let me see. Bam. So it wasn't super consistent. You couldn't do a 5A. You can do 4A. But 4A is really bad because it scales a lot worse. So post-patch, let's take a look at that exact same situation here. Okay. So let's do this. Bam. Now you can do more things out of precision parry. I think you can even 5B. I don't think you can 5B. I think you can only 5A. Yeah, you can only 5A. That's precision parry. Next up is glacial torrent. Glacial torrent was actually pretty bad. I didn't realize this because I don't know why I never realized this. I just never did. So glacial torrent pre-patch, as you can see, he was able to tech in the air, which means that things like this would happen. So things like this would happen. He's out of the corner. That's it. Done. You have to hold that. So if you do glacial torrent, they recover on the ground. Oh, by the way, let me actually have him so he doesn't reversal action on my face. So now they recover on the ground, which means that they can't aerial tech out of it. The next thing will be snow flurry. All right, snow flurry is her other super, and this was really bad mostly because it had no distance. Look at this. Oh, what's up, bro? Let me just pass you by. What? Now, let's take a look at that post patch. Same distance, actually a little bit even farther. It travels longer. They increased the travel distance. Hallelujah. And the next changes are from her assists. So her assists were actually not too bad, but they were still pretty bad. So they changed her 5P. So her 5P now has a longer travel distance. So this is her travel distance pre-patch. Now let's take a look at that travel distance post-patch. Wow, way longer. Let's take a look at that again. Look at that. She goes way farther. Now let's take a look at 4P, which is the next one. And they enlarged the hitbox on 4P. But I feel like they did more than just enlarge the hitbox, making it a lot bigger. They also made it faster. So that was 4P pre-patch. It's pretty pathetic, to be honest. Here is 4P post-patch. Way faster, travels further, and it hits a lot more consistently. All right, let's take a look at Blake. All right, the Blake changes are actually pretty interesting, actually. Deadly Nightshade, that's the first change, and they increase the frame advantage, which means you can do more stuff out of it. All right, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can still do that. One thing that I'm going to be doing to showcase this change is doing a specific combo that you couldn't do in this version of the build. Okay, you couldn't do that. Whoops, I'm bad. So yeah, that's what you can do now post-patch. They basically increase the frame advantage, so it's a lot more intuitive now. Oh, this is a pretty good change, actually. This is an overall quality of life change, okay? SL the FMA, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for the resub. Next one is, oh, this is the big change. This is the big change. This is the shadow clone change, okay? Or I'm sorry, the clone change for shadow clone, stone clone, and fire clone, okay? So whenever pre-patch, whenever you actually drop the clone, you really couldn't do anything. So now post-patch, you can actually act out of your clone setting, okay? So you can do things like this. Things like that. Uprising. Okay, uprising, which is this move right here. You couldn't actually do anything out of it other than do the follow-ups. So post-patch, now she can actually like air dash, or she can hop again if she wants to. Let's take a look at Yang. Mrs. Eyeburn herself. The first change is going to be a crouch, a non-visual change. Well, not super non-visual. By the way, yes, this is the Bowsette color for Yang. Basically, they buffed her 2B, her anti-air. So now it travels further. I don't know if it's further. The travel distance, I think it's... Okay, it goes further forward, or it's a higher up. Can't really see too much. Oh yeah, she travels further. So the distance was increased further. So here it is pre-patch. And here it is post-patch. So she just goes further. Jumping C, now this is a big one. It was pre-patch, it was faster, you couldn't cancel out of it, and it didn't have as much recovery. Post-patch, it's slower, It has more recovery if you block it, and it's special cancelable on hit, which is a huge change because you can do crazy stuff like convert in the corner now. Whoops. You can do crazy stuff like converting in the corner. Next up is Burst of Embers, which is her tackle, armored tackle. So now you can actually cancel into the follow-ups a lot later into the animation, basically causing some frame traps. So here it is. Here's the regular one. And then if I try to do it any slower or any later, nothing comes out. Take a look at post patch. If we do that same thing, I can cancel way later into the animation, basically allowing for a lot of frame trap possibilities. Yeah, it's a lot later. You can cancel a lot later. Raging Inferno, which is this right here, which is her tackle. So it's her tackle into C, EX move. Basically decrease the initial proration and decrease the additional proration. Basically made it so it does more damage over time. Scaling is way good. Here's the blowback distance from mid-screen. It goes like almost full screen, way far away. And also here is the frame advantage pre-patch. You can still combo off of it, but it was a lot more trickier. Post-patch, let's take a look at the blowback. Yeah, it's definitely not like super fast, doesn't go full screen, but it still goes from a distance. It's a little bit slower for them to get full screen. Next up is the frame advantage. So it's a lot easier to combo out of, like way easier. This is like super easy. Perfect bombshell, which is this one. Bam. Perfect bombshell, that's what it is. Pre-patch. They changed the hit effect to slide down if the opponent didn't reach the wall. So I did a little bit of research on this one, and this is what I found out, okay? So whenever you're when you're in the corner and you are in semblance, here's what I found out. If you are in semblance, I burn, yes, and you do perfect bombshell, they will always wall bounce pre-patch. However, if you do that post-patch, this is the best example that I thought of. Maybe Shinku can tell me a little bit more about this. But if you do it from here, it's changed to a sliding knockdown if it doesn't reach the wall. So, but they also decrease the blowback distance. So it gets sent back a lot, like less farther. Bam. So you can do wah, wah, wah. So I guess that wasn't super consistent before. Ah, that one makes sense. Okay, post patch. Let's take a look at that same exact situation. Oh yeah, way easier to combo into. Way easier. Let's take a look at perfect bombshell. Way easier to combo into. That's all the RWBY characters. All the RWBY characters.